Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be around the world. This is Firestorm bringing you a match between Ravenhelm in the Red Dynasty. Nope, that's Swan Song. Versus Swan Song, aka Conrad, in the Blue Dynasty. We have a best of 5 coming to you. It's been a while since I've chucked a video up. I have to still fix the scores. Why they do the early game. It's okay. We're getting there. We'll get that up. Can't remember what it is. It's been that long. Disregard the scorecard just for now while we see what the players are doing. So far it looks very quite the same, which is about right for Dynasty Mirrors. It does look like Swan Song is a little bit more behind in his power point placement, but is moving his MCV down a little bit, probably to get a little bit closer to the Tempest down in the south. And Raven is overcharging a little bit more. Why they just establish their early game movements. Couple of Din Guards having a bit of a battle here and there. Reinforcements coming in, another third guard coming in from Swan Song is going to probably tip the scales. A couple extra guards is guarding the engineer heading down towards the bottom south. So a little bit of pressure coming out from Swan in the red, and just a reminder, Ravenhelm in the blue. Still trying to find my little scorecard update. They started this match very quickly. I am just glad that they are playing. Good to see you after the balance patch. Some more games, see how things are going. Still feel like Dynasty Mirrors are the way. GDF not getting a bit of a tech nerf. In fact, it ended up being a bit of a tech buff. Anyway, that's another story. Not to worry about in this particular match. Just looking for my scorecard editor. Where is it? Just going to worry about it after this particular match. So disregard the 4-2 traumatized best of 7. It is a best of 5 versus Swan Song and Ravenhelm. Mother's Day tomorrow. Look after your mother. If you have one. If you don't, then lucky you. The map is Altitude. We had Swan Song pick the first map. We are putting the 2v2 maps that are currently in the ranked pool into play. No vetoes, as it is a Dynasty Mirror, and both players happy to play whatever map each other pick for each other. Ravenhelm is probably going to be able to see this engineer coming up for the expansion. Raven already taking his bottom south expansion and moving his power plant, and probably a war factory coming up pretty soon. Radar is also down. More Raven. Logistics plan on. Good to see this logistics plan is both on. So a little bit of different play with the radar expansion to the MCV move. We are looking at 7 rigs apiece. population very similar. Raven seeing that the bottom expansion has happened as well. Just again, disregard the scorecard that may be on the screen if we upload this. That will be fixed for game number 2 coming up after we see who wins this one. Matchsticks coming out in a did mirror, so getting a little bit of value on a couple of the infantry. Getting to retreat that one back as well. Boros out as well. Boros has some changes. They are now generating a little bit of funds per shot. Ravenhelm on 9 rigs to Swan on 8. Ravenhelm with doctrines across the top. So we got the infantry, the extra havoc, splash damage, while Swan has actually got 2 going down the right side towards the extra ammo dock, and the middle dock not going down the left hand side. Very Tempest heavy map on this one, so maybe I would get away without going to dock 6. Raven getting a small advantage, coming over to a little bit of a harass. Boars are coming out for Swan Song as well, but a couple of rigs look like they will be picked off during that. Just while Swan consolidates his forces. Similar battles, a bit more infantry coming out from Swan. The game sound is quite loud. I am actually going to turn that down just a little while we're watching. There we go. Apologies if that was a bit loud, and it does look like Raven will take game number 1 on altitude. Just a little bit more in front with the units killed, very similar in units trained. GG. We'll be back for game number 2 very soon. Okay, game number 2, Tropical Brawl. New 2v2 maps have been added to the rotation in ranked play. Apologies about the scorecard, it has expired on my end. We are 1 game up for Ravenhelm. Just a quick get together. Match, haven't been here for a while. I'm still in touch with all the fellas, but game has been a little bit slower in recent times, waiting for the Veti to release. Anyway, top right hand corner we have Ravenhelm in the Blue Dynasty versus the Red Swan Song. It also as Dynasty, so Dynasty mirrors all game in this best of 5, Ravenhelm being 1 game up so far. Two v2 maps are going to be good for Dynasty. They're going to have a lot more Tempest to be able to go and harvest. MCV move coming out from Swan Song in the bottom left, heading over towards probably getting into a factory for quick placements down. Or likewise, looks like Raven is going to head down to the south. If you look at this map, it's like tropical with a couple extra little patches. Basically it Different color scheme, but if you play it like Tropical, you're going to get your 3 TPCs. You're just gaining an extra patch in the 2v2 in this section. And this section, in the 2v2 ranked, you are getting shit between, sometimes spawning over in the right, in the corners, so a little bit of difference in the 2v2s to where you may actually spawn, and just a little extra patch. Otherwise, I'll just play like Tropical. Probably better for Dynasty, having that extra patch close by. Otherwise, playing it the same sort of way, we have our sort of similar heading down with Dynasty mirrors towards the expansion. Looks like Swan just wanted to place an extra factory in that extra new field. Not sure of what the current meta is, whether it's the way to go with that extra field early or to go up and take that primary position as normal and creep across. But we'll see how the game plays out. Looks like both players have been able to secure at least 2 of their TPCs, although Raven does have a Guardian blocking 1 TPC just for now, but has been able to secure his own ones. Plus an extra engineer coming out to grab the mercenary camp, which will allow for expansions coming off that, and grenadiers. Or rockets, I guess, if you are inclined to go that way. This scout is not going to get oh, it does get away with the mighty 4 HP. Grenadiers coming out for Swan Song a little bit quicker, so he's been able to take that mercenary camp and be able to come out and put some extra pressure on with those grenadiers. Looks like he's going to be able to get this TPC in time. Logistics plan on for, I'm going to say both players. No, Conrad, aka Swan Song, has not hit his plan. Bit of an oversight on that one. Hopefully recognises that soon. Chucked him a message. Don't usually try and help each. Ah, there it goes. Must have saw it as I saw it. Good. At least it's out. We've got an earlier radar coming out from Swan Song this time. Going to get to his T2 a lot quicker than the game number 1. Hello, Root, and how are you today, sir? Hope you're going well. Root's joined the Discord channel. He's just having I'm assuming a little gander, as I have turned off all my sounds in OBS, so I don't know who joins and who does what, but hopefully he's here having a little watch. A raiding party coming up from Swan. Might be able to pick off a couple of low H buildings and pick off a couple of the wheels. Likewise with a couple of Havocs. Raven does have, in turn, a response. Army supply being 52 to 41 in favour of Raven. 9 to 6 rigs, so it does look like the rig count has gone more in favour of Raven. However, the tech has gone towards... Can I see a radar? Yes, radar must be out with the additional air pad coming out. There it is. Got this extra patch in the right hand side for Raven to be able to creep a couple of rigs over when required. Couple plans on, we must have 2 MCVs out somewhere. Matchsticks coming out for Raven. Got a couple bit of value of just harassing those infantry. did look like Swan went a little bit heavier infantry in game number 1. Harass coming out, finding a rig. Got a couple of units in play that might be able to go off and show him off, but still hasn't responded. Gonna lose a rig. Ravenel will lose possibly a second rig before these Grenadiers are able to shoo it off. Brings him down to 10 rigs, to 8 rigs. Looks like a mine drop's going to come on and possibly do a bit of extra damage. Is able to counteract that at the loss of 2 rigs. Balls are out as well. Army supply 81 to 65, so Raven's still pumping out a little bit more units. Is a Doctrine in front slightly. Target this front one, might be able to kill off the 3 behind. There we go. Balls are out for Swan. So we're going to have some T3 units. Popping out of a couple of the factories. T3 coming out for Raven as well. It's sort of got that air superiority. Just currently I can't see any air factory coming out from Swan Song just as yet. So might be able to pick off a couple of stray units here and there. In turn, got some assault gunners coming out, which will shoo them off a little bit more. And meanwhile, 13 rigs coming out from Swan, so getting a little bit of initial tier 3 radar tech and then popping out those rigs. Now in front with the rigs. Doctrines are still slightly in front for Raven. Producing a couple of extras, going more down that left side for the Dynasty. And Swan going a little bit more down the middle than I usually go, so might be some changes in there. We'll have to look up. Might be worth moving a couple of these rigs for Raven over to this new fresh patch with this one and getting those deployed. They'll be both up to 13 rigs each. Population slightly in front for Raven. Just swapped as we said that. Also the air has been coming out for Swan. Couple of idle rigs isn't ideal, especially when broke. Upgrades coming out, a couple of probably inefficient rigs here as well, so that's 4 rigs probably not being ideal on what they could be doing. Ball will probably end up taking out a couple of these flame turrets and maybe a factory. Doesn't look like there's anything in sight. I don't think a rig's going to be able to do much damage. Engagement in the middle here. Raven also has the balls coming out with voltaic tanks, which can't be crushed, just as a reminder. All low HP. Mines going off. Just finding some value in this assault force. Mine, likewise, a counter has been taken up to get rid of this board. The hammer hand will be able to continuously shoot. Micro these. Yep, good. Got the extra ball. Going to take out some extra units on the balls. Power down Puro. Excuse me. Cell coming in. Those rigs have either been blown up or moved on. Still got a couple of rigs that could be more efficient. However, Raven is up 14 rigs to 9 now, so not too bad while the action is happening. A couple of crushers coming in, just getting the one assault gunner. Excuse me. Population well in front for Raven on this game number 2. Also being game number 1 up as well. My scorecard fails to load at the spur of the moment, so we'll just have to remind that we are on 1 game to zip. Movement over to harass some more rigs. Looking very much like a Raven game on this particular one. T3 units spending their 5 or 6 shots trying to kill a Dingard. We've got the Hammerhand in play. Nice ball roll. Clearing the rest of those troops off, and we have a GG. Game number 2 goes to Raven. 2 games up in his best of 5. Nice to see a new 2v2 map into the custom rotation. And we'll be back for game number 3 very soon. Okay, game number 3. Looks like we're heading into Road to Ruin. In the top right, we have Ravenhelm in the blue versus Swan Song in the red. Both playing as Dynasty. It is Dynasty Mirror matchup that we have today. 2 games going towards Ravenhelm currently in his best of 5. Raven looking to take the series, and I guess it's a clean sweep if he takes this one out. However, the games have been more closer than just seeing it is a 2-zip lead. Forces going either way. Let's keep an eye on this and see how the guys decide to play this one. Engineer coming out first from Raven, and we have got a scout that has beaten Swan to one of the bunkers and has the engineer coming in behind it. However, it looks like Swan might be able to, no, doesn't spot it in time with the radius, I'm guessing, just slipped through. Does end up grabbing one of the bunkers, which will not be as annoying as it is as Dynasty do have an early pillager come out and be able to take that out pretty quickly. Both players getting their pillagers out and trying to get around and capture those TPCs early. Despite both players will be able to secure one TPC each, at least getting that extra bonus for the initial cap. Raven bringing his pillager back more is going to allow for Swan to get a little bit of damage in, make his units retreat a little bit more. Those rockets and an engineer also on the way. It's just going to play it safe and bring that engineer back a little bit just until we see how this battle unfolds. Does get the TPC capture, destroy, which will mean that he could run in and practically instantaneously grab that one back and get a little bit of value. In you go. In you go. Go on. Probably a little bit of action happening on the other side. Let's have a look at this. We've got 3 rigs each. Rocketmen from Swan are getting a lot of damage done. Good investment. What's it in cost of? We've got an extra another factory coming out for Raven. We got a bureau coming down from Swan and an extra factory coming out for Raven, so we'll have to see how the specialists come into play on this game. Does get in there eventually and capture that TPC. There's 6 rigs hiding around a place with Raven, 4 rigs for Swan. Population also in favour of Raven just by a couple. Could be just the rig count, to be honest. Especially if we have specialists coming out with the early bureau. A couple of specialists are out. Looks like they're possibly looking about coming around and doing the long route, maybe up behind, get a couple of rigs on the way with the extra damage from the machinists. But we have a bureau down as well for Raven. He's got his own specialist coming out as well. Coming in for the crush. Good micro from Swan, getting those out of the way in time. More reinforcements coming in from Raven into back end. Evens up the rig count, but the position is going to be able to give Swan a bit of a chance to run down these infantry with a ton of pillagers. Behind that, Swan has taken 1 rig lead. Doctrines are identical currently. Looks like a bit of infantry coming up from possibly a Call the Guard into the main base. See if they can find some harass there to deviate the forces away from this line officer, which we'll be able to get a bit of damage done in the backhand. Pillagers getting a bit of work done on the infantry here. Up in population control as well. Machinist is still up. The line officer might be able to get a kill at the back. 8 rigs apiece, but population still in favour of Raven on this match. Is able to get that line officer into relatively safety instead of keeping him harassing and trying to deviate some forces up the back, which I think Raven was going to do. However, he's going to try and pick off some. It's going to go for the rig over the wheels. I guess that's okay if he didn't know that there was some reinforcements on the way coming. Reinforcements are coming in. We got more boars and more pillagers over this way with the machinists. The matchsticks might be able to turn that if they can get onto some of the machinists here. It's got him down to low HP. That heal pod is going to definitely help the Raven here getting his healthy infantry. Probably was the money save of the day for this one. Nice little backhand attack from Swan, taking out the airfield. Has got a little bit of attack coming on from the tier 3 factory. Hammerhand is also coming out again. Hello, Hammerhand. And the defense as well. Focus this last boar tank down. Nice crush. Rigs apiece. Population has gone towards Swan. Getting a little bit of damage, being a bit more of the aggressor as well, attacking these bases head on from the backs. Disabling the aircraft with his operative. Call the guard coming out. Pops his population up a little bit higher and a little bit more at home. Balls have also come out for Raven. T3 on the way for Swan as well. ammo to finish off that boar tank, so just generating money there at the back per shot, as per latest patch. "12 rigs up for Swan." This game can still go either way. I see the population goes back and forth, money income, operatives come out. Not sure if the MA is going to be too happy against that much AA. Either is that matchstick. Yep, trying to take the same patch on deployment. Overcharge, Tempest volcanic tanks. Moles coming in, battling each other. Population is the same. Low HP on these volt tanks. Might be able to get picked off if Swan targets them down, which he does. Infantry do pop out on that with the doctrines. Assault gunners also slow down the balls, so if they get hit by the assault gunners, they slow down a fair bit. It's good crush, good micro from both players. Still could go either way here. Swan taking it, that battle at the moment. Physicists coming in and doing a little bit of the new AoE damage that they've been buffed with. Nice to see a little bit of difference happening. Didn't last too long, but it's good to see. Oh, big ball hit, taking out a couple of board tanks and chasing this operative. Air control looks like Raven is slightly in front over with the Dragonflies. Be able to take out the air support of Swan. Population has almost gone double for Raven with operatives as well. 3 operatives to 2 operatives. 12 rigs up to 7. And GG called. I believe that would be Raven taking the GG. 3 games to Zippo. Can't say it was that close in the end. Definitely could have went either way. That was back and forth for sure. Great match. Thank you very much, fellas, for that best of 5. and hope everybody enjoyed that match. See you on the next one.